Good morning, everyone. My name is Davide Russo. I'm a mechanical engineer and associate professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering of the University of Bergamo in Italy. I teach engineering design for the students of the first year and another course called Products and Process Innovation for those following the last fifth year of the course. It is with great pleasure that I accepted the invitation from Professor Santosh Kawale that worked with us in Italy, and he proposed to your audience some suggestions on engineering design, as we normally conduct in academic courses at our university in Italy. I'm an expert in trees, the theory of inventive problem solving that I've been practicing for almost 15 years, both in academia and in many consulting applications at small, medium, and large companies in Italy and in Europe. Trees helped me to work with very big companies like ST Microelectronics, ABB, but also small medium enterprises, with which I patented just under 20 international patents. In this brief introduction, I would like to share with you a fundamental concept about design. Although, since the study of palm bites in the 80s until today, there have been rivers of research and methods. To date, in manufacturing companies, we cannot say that there are standardized design methods. There are very few that can be said to be truly effective and truly reliable. Among these is certainly trees, that was invented by Heinrich Altschuler in the second half of the 20th century and formalized up to the final version of 1985 and then continued by his successors. Today, the TRIX world has a very active community in all parts of the world: academics, consulting firms, and groups of researchers at the most important companies in the world, even in India. However, we cannot speak of a certified method, of a unique method, codified and equal for all. Everyone has their own recipe, their own proposal, and their own way of proposing it and adapting it to the different cultural and geographical contexts. The fundamental concept is that design is an incredibly complex activity that goes beyond purely technical skills. It cannot be reduced to a simple flow chart and codified in a toolbox. Today, we are just at the beginning of a journey of awareness of what it means to design and how many different things it means to do innovation. Let's take an example. If I want to innovate an existing product like a flower vase, I'm unlikely to adopt the same exactly method compared to innovating an airplane. If I want to create something that doesn't yet exist, the path will be completely different. I may have a product that works perfectly, or I may have one that is full of defects, and even then I will need different tools to understand how to approach them. There are cases in which it is easy to understand what is wrong and then intervene, while in others, the greatest difficulty, the real problem solving, is to reconstruct what is wrong, is to understand what is wrong. Then there are cases in which the problem doesn't exist, and others in which the innovation lies in the way you tell the story or make it perceived, not in the way you invented it. When you do consulting, technique goes hand in hand with psychology, with marketing, with knowledge management. Without an integrated approach, innovation is meaningless. We can make another argument about idea generation. Most of the methods we find in the literature on problem solving are methods devoted to finding as many solutions as possible, especially from psychological methods. It may sound absurd, but having so many solutions for a company is just another problem. You need one, and you need the right one. And to find the right one, you don't need to generate a lot of solutions and then choose from the pile, but you need to correctly frame the problem to solve the right one. Too often, we find beautiful solutions to the wrong problem, which make us say that it is infinitely more important to have many methods to be able to correctly reframe a given problem, rather than one method to generate so many solutions to a problem that might be poorly posed. Among the many things we could tell you about, we have chosen to focus into the topic of knowledge. It is central precisely to the problem framing phase, but also to the search for solutions. If I know how to formulate a problem correctly, and I know how to abstract and generalize it, I can access the sources of knowledge to understand who has already solved a similar problem in the past and transfer their solution to my specific context. This logic is the working logic of the trees method, but to work it needs effective tools and methods to manage the information found on the web, on patent databases, and in scientific publications. For these reasons, you will find 3 different modules, each divided into subtopics, 2 or 3 each. The first module of this course is dedicated to how you can access the most important source of free technical knowledge available on the web, namely the patent database, especially SpaceNet. The first teacher is Andrea Precorvi. He's a software developer and mechanical engineer working at a software house called Trees SRL in Italy. Trix develops a new generation of search engines based on sophisticated semantic patterns and entity recognition based on artificial intelligence. You will see with him how to make a search and how to organize data in order to conduct a strategic analysis aimed at making decisions on the right path to take. The second module is dedicated to technology transfer. The teacher of the course is the engineer Spreafico Matteo. He is concluding his last year of PhD program at the University of Bergamo, and at the same time he is working at the Technology Transfer Office of the university. His task in this course is to show you another crucial aspect of the patent, namely its transfer from one domain to another one. As I'm used to say there is always someone, somewhere, who has already solved and described a problem similar to ours. Maybe in a technology field very far from ours, but that could be very useful to reach and take inspiration from. This process is called technology transfer inward. On the contrary, my solution, my technology, my results developed in my company could be useful to someone else who at this moment has not yet been able to effectively solve his own problems. In this case, I can transfer my idea into a new business, and this process is the so-called technology transfer outward. So we have technology transfer inward and outward. Matteo will talk in depth about how modern semantic search technologies combined with innovative search strategies can help to systematize technology transfer in both directions. Finally, the last module is dedicated to the topic of eco-design. The topic is increasingly topical and increasingly important for the life and survival of the planet. More and more, every design activity cannot disregard the fulfillment of sustainable requirements. Designing well, saving precious resources, and making the best use of what is already available is a great way to reduce costs and decrease our negative impacts on the planet. Designing in an eco-sustainable way requires skills and a different metric of evaluation than usual. For this reason, the third teacher, the engineer Christian Spriafico, a postdoc at the University of Bergamo and specialized in eco-design, will illustrate what is possible today to integrate eco-assessment methods like LCA, life cycle assessment, and eco-improvements one. Most of these tasks and methods are developed by our research group. In conclusion, designing in 2021 means to exploit an incredible source of knowledge for free, easily accessible, well-structured, 99% in English. We just need to rethink the design task by integrate this knowledge to its full potential. I hope you will be able to appreciate its merit and potential. I hope that thanks to the suggestions provided by my collaborators, you will be able to put them into practice and enrich your knowledge by taking a step forward in becoming a good designer. So thank you very much and enjoy your course.